Happy Monday meetup. I'm so glad that you're here. And whether you are sliding in sideways and just finished rocking a kid for bedtime, or you're still rocking a kid for bedtime with an AirPod in, or your kid is still awake because it's summer and it's still sunshiny outside, wherever you fall on that, or maybe you don't have kids, but it's just Monday, and I'm just so proud of you for being here because it's not easy to prioritize and show up and be there. So know that it is not going unnoticed, and I am proud of you. We are going to talk about all things duplication tonight. And last week we talked about recruiting. We talked about helping somebody get started, helping your friends get started with their products without being salesy, because we all voted that we don't want to be salesy, and with the magic question that we always ask them. So wherever the conversation starts from, remember my funnel? I was little last week when I did this. You have your funnel, and no matter where they come from to get to the funnel, they always are going to come down to what interests you the most. That is the magic question. That's the first question we're going to ask, and that's what keeps us out of being salesy. Then we also talked about asking them who their accountability partner is going to be right after they order, because when we can get somebody a referral bonus, their belief in Plexus, their excitement to try the products, their excitement then outwardly for their friend is so much higher before they even get their products. Thumbs up for that. And when we help them get cash back in their pocket right away, they are like 90% more likely to be around in 90 days. And that's what we want, right? Like, we're here to have customers who are here to get all the way through and see what the products can do at 90 days. So our next conversation is duplication. And then we're also going to talk a little bit about onboarding. Hi, sis. 2. Okay. Can you see the boards? Screen share. Got it? Okay, perfect. So you have 2 different options when you go through and you're helping somebody get started. My favorite option, the number 1 option, first option to choose, is to get them on the phone. So you get all the way through, you ask them what interests them the most, you send the screenshots, you ask if they relate, and they do. They want to see what you took, go through the pricing paragraph. The number 1 choice is to say, what is your phone number? Get them on the phone. And I believe that that is the least salesy way, because what is more human being like and friend like than just picking up in the phone and being like, hey, we could like go back and forth through messages for the next 8 to 10 business days, or we can just like talk about this, talk it out, and I can help you get through this right now. It also shows that you're confident, which I believe coming across confidently also doesn't make us look salesy. So first is on the phone. Second option, totally an option, is to send the cart. It's an option and it works. However, when you send the cart out into, sometimes the cart gets lost and then they never actually complete the cart. Maybe your people always complete the cart every single time you keep sending your cart, girl. If not, maybe you could try getting on the phone and seeing if that works better. So you have 2 options, but if you're not seeing the duplication that you want, maybe try switching it up to getting on the phone. And I know it's harder, but see what happens. So once we get them through, get their products ordered, we're moving down to duplication, also lovingly known as PLP. And that stands for post live party. So our next step is going to be inviting them to post the 2-liner. So these are the words that you say. This is the invite. This is the words. I highly recommend saying this on the phone. That's my first choice. Second choice is a voice message. Not ever a choice is to send this text, because it just doesn't make sense if you just send it as text. It will not work. It's best if they can hear your voice reading these words that say, I'm so excited for you to get started. I constantly wish I would have found this sooner, because I realize that everyone around me is feeling like crap and just silently struggling. And when you fumble through it, that's even better. Nobody's talking about it though. And as I started talking about it, everyone around me is like, I feel like crap too. And I thought that it was just normal. So now I just ask everyone to post a short and sweet 2-liner on Facebook that says something like, I just ordered products that my friend Lexi took. It helped her have energy again, got rid of her cravings, and helped her quit feeling like crap. I'm hoping it does all of that and more for me too. And if you want to get started, leave a comment and let me know. I'm so excited for the goodies to come. What do you think about posting something like that? And when it comes through on the phone or through a voice message, it's very, very effective. And the key to these next steps is that you ask every single person, because when it comes down to it, we cannot control the humans. And so they might say no, they might say yes. I personally am usually very surprised at how many people say yes. Not everybody, but a lot more than I ever think will say yes. We also, in the back of your mind, we have the $50 giveaway for the shout out post that they can get entered into for doing this two-liner. So where it's natural, you can fit that in and tell them about that as well. So that is our two-liner. That's the first step of duplication. If they will do that, they're going to help more friends than just their plus one. But we can't control the system. What we can control is you and me asking every single person. Then down on our road here, we have what they say normally. This is where we're at. The objection that we normally get is, I might do something like that, but I just really want to see it work for me first. So we have this fun little box down here called want own results first. How convenient. So you have two different kind of ways that you can go about it. Somebody of high integrity that you know that if they will post it, people are going to trust them. And we have the invite people as you grow your belief. So there are two different ways that you can go about it, where you can say, I totally understand feeling like you need to know more about Plexus because I felt the same way too. But what I found is I can invite people to be a part of something as I'm growing my own belief. It's like inviting a friend to lunch at a new restaurant. And if we've both never been there, it's still fun to try new things with friends. Thankfully, you'll probably never struggle with some of the issues that your friends are struggling with, but you have something that could help them. So I always encourage my friends to borrow my belief in the products and to think of people in their lives who don't feel great every day. Since learning about Plexus, have other friends come to mind who are struggling? And would you be open to inviting them to take a look at Plexus with my help? Again, love this as a voice message. And then we have this one too. I love that what I hear you saying is you need to believe in what you're sharing before you can feel confident in sharing it. And that to me speaks so highly of your integrity, which is one more reason why I think if you decided to share, you would be so great at it because people will trust you. So I love that you want that belief in what you're sharing, but I just want you to know you don't have to have your own results to believe in these products. We have people that make hundreds of dollars before they even get their products in the mail, and I can show you how to believe in this. So don't let that hold you back. So what we're doing is we're just kind of challenging their, I want my own results just a little bit, but we're not being pushy, just challenging them to think differently, and honestly, to challenging them to not worry so much about wanting their own results and that pride, but challenging them to think bigger about helping someone else more than that. Again, all we can do is ask. And then we go on to asking them to go live. So this is step 2. A lot of times this is going to come in our 4-step follow-up when we are checking in with them the first 4 weeks of their journey and when they start saying good things. It can also be done as an unboxing, or it can be done when good things are happening. So this bold, right, is where you're going to ask them to go live. And I feel like reading it just like it so helpful because lives are scary. Personally, I think that lives are scary. So when you put it out and you show them exactly what it's going to look like, that helps so much. So it sounds like, okay, this might sound really crazy, but what do you think about going live and talking about the products you just received or the results that you've seen or however that fits? It would literally just be you writing down 4 or 5 things you dealt with before and 4 or 5 things that are better now and going live and saying something like, okay, I don't even know if I've ever gone live before, but I just have to tell you about what I've been up to. I've been taking this gut health stuff and it's been helping me with X, Y, and Z. And now I feel like A, B, and C, and it's not like anything else I've ever tried before. So I'm seriously blown away. If you struggle with anything like this, or this, and this, and this, then I hope that you have the courage to leave a comment or send me a message because it could help you too. Anyway, wow, this is really weird, but I hope it helps someone who's looking for something like this because I really didn't think it would work for me, but it has. Okay, bye. And like when you do that through a voice message and it feels so funny, it gives them the confidence to like, okay, if I go on there and make a whole hot mess of myself, we're going to be okay. And you tell them, I'm going to be there cheering you on. I'm going to be on your live. And yes, it's scary. I know we're going to talk more about that in a second. And it's uncomfortable to do this ourselves and to ask people to do this. And then the last thing that we're going to ask them to do, because all we can do is ask them to do these things. We can't control if they say yes or no, or go fly a kite, or, oh my gosh, I would love to have people come over to my house and have a house party. How many people would come to your house and have a house party? Yeah. Okay. So we have the words to say to invite them to do a house party. And then once you have somebody say yes, then you have a cartwheel and put it in success stars and like lose your mind for a second. And then we're going to help you with the next steps. But the first thing we have to do for duplication is we have to ask them to do these things. So saying this out in, I like a voice message. Hey, I know you made your post, did your Facebook Live, or if they didn't do those things, we're still going to ask this because some people will never go Facebook Live, will never make a post on Facebook, but they would love to have people in their house. Some people will never, ever have people in their house, but some people will do a post on Facebook. And then some crazy people just really love to do Facebook Lives. And we just really never know what kind of crazy psychopath they're going to be. So that's why we have to ask all of these different ways to help get their audience aware of what's going on. So, hey, I know you made your post, did your Facebook Live, or tweak to fit. And I was thinking, what if I just came over to your house and you invited a few friends over? I shared my story, you share yours, we share a few others. And then if anybody wants to sign up, we'll use your link. You'll get a referral bonus and then they'll get help with whatever they're struggling with. What do you think? Because it really is that simple and that fun. And then we go on from there. This is also a template for an easy Facebook Live where it literally gives you a spot to write down your 5 preplexus, your 5 post plexus, on plexus, not struggling with any more things. The key is asking every single person, every single time. Say it with me. Every single person, every single time, because we cannot control what they say, but we can control that we ask every single time. And if you're like, nah, girl, I got it, and I'm real happy with the duplication in my business and I'm not doing these things, then you just keep doing what you're doing. But if you would like to see more duplication in what you're doing in your business and more people coming in and bringing a friend, I'm just going to challenge you to try these things and just see. Also, if you feel like you cannot get anything moving in your business, I'm going to challenge you to do these same steps. Make a post, go live, and host a house party, because those things are going to get things moving for new people and for old people. Okay. We're going to switch over to onboarding really quick, and we're going to talk about this for a second. So in here is the 2-liner again, because sometimes I tell you that this is the system and that you should really sign people up on the phone and you should really ask them to post the 2-liner on the phone. And sometimes you don't, and that's okay. So I put it over here in the onboarding too, just in case you forgot to do it on the phone. And now it's here. So we're going to do it when we're onboarding them. So that way you have a reminder. Also, when people get started on our team specifically, they're going to get texts from like that share resources, that share about the Go app, that share about Detox, that share about all of the resources that our team has to offer, and all the extra stuff that sometimes we forget about sharing when they get started because there's so much that they gain access to. They'll get those texts from your leader. So it might be me, it might be Jeannie, mom. I feel like everyone should just call you mom. Might be Jeannie, or it might be Lacey, depending on where you fall in our team. So the reason that this is important and that I really want you to hear this next part is to your new VIPs, I am nobody. I am a rando. I am somebody random off the street. They think I might be a spam text. Not always. Some people come in and are very, very sweet, but sometimes people think that I'm just an absolute spam and they're like, is this even a real person? And it is. But that's why this onboarding part is so important, to connect the dots, create the community, and honestly, to bring them into the hype squad right off the bat when they get started. We're all here to help them. And it really is just different layers of support and casting wide nets and helping them get the most out of their Plexus experience and to let them know what might be happening with their products. So the way that we kind of bring all of this circled together is creating a 3-way message. Click, why can I not? Okay, thank you. With your new VIP and your leader, whoever that is. If it's me, then it's you, your one new VIP. We have one of these for each of your VIPs. And then your new VIP, and me. That was the third. I'm the third person. I'm connecting with my friend Lexi, who also does plexes with me, and she's been using the products for years, has an incredible testimony of straight up struggle bus into thriving as well as success with the business. So there again, you're dripping the business a little bit. See how there's little drips of that all over the place just to see which one's going to click. I'm so excited for you to get started. Wanted to introduce you for additional support and celebrations. So then once we have that, then when I come and say, hey, I'm Lexi, and they get that text, it's not so out of the blue, and it helps them actually pay more attention to those texts. Plus, then when anything comes up in, like if they text me back with any questions, concerns, thoughts, anything like that, I can screenshot that and drop it right back into our three-way and keep everybody in the loop. The other thing that they get in their first week, they get a text that's asking them about a welcome call. These welcome calls are so good. So good. It's another layer of support. We're reviewing all of these things again, staying in close contact, keeping them excited in their first week and not overwhelmed. These are my favorite way to do these is as a three-way over Facebook Messenger. That way we can tag team it and everybody is on the same page again. But also sometimes when we get on a three-way call, they will like tell more things that they never would have told you. And I don't know why that is, but like medications that they're on that they forgot to tell you about, or other struggles that they weren't talking about. These kind of things come out on this welcome call. And a lot of times we can get them to really open up just because we're being real humans. And a lot of times my kids are in the background screaming, conveniently right when I pick up the phone, because that's the only way that they know how to live their life. And it's real life, which is so good. So it's just simply getting to know them. So that's me asking where they work, because I don't know this person from Adam and they don't know me. How long have they worked there? What do they love about their job? What about their daily routine? Asking them about consistency. If consistency is something that they struggle with, that's really, really good for us to know right off the bat. Talking to them about their products and where they can place their bottles, or setting alarms on their phones, talking about their water, talking about weighing, and even better than weighing, measuring and taking photos. So that way we have something to compare down the road. And then going over the benefits again, the Go app, the accountability groups, the Success Starts With You group, their subscription and their perks, their sponsor and leader, and our whole community that's here to cheer them on. And again, at the end, we're going to drip that referral link and the shout out post. And if the two-liner at this point has not been mentioned, we're going to talk about the two-liner, because some way, shape, or form, this person is going to hear about the two-liner. So, a lot of times those welcome calls also help, either like sometimes I can relate better to them on different levels, or I can reinforce what you have already said to them, which is just like building you up then as a leader. So they can be so powerful. But the key is almost that three-way message to bring in, like, you're going to be getting these texts. So that way, when they get the text, they're responding. So that way they respond about the welcome call that they get the first week after they order their products. So let me stop sharing. I was not keeping up with the chat because I cannot see it. Kaylee used, I'm going to guess that's the two-liner on Caitlin. This is so funny because Caitlin, I was just telling these girls this. Caitlin has a team of people who bring a +1. Like, it's just normal. Somebody signs up and they go grab a +1, and somebody signs up and they go grab a +1. And Kaylee did that from the beginning. This is so funny. What a full circle moment. I love it. And Kaylee's going to do a Facebook Live. That's so good. We're going to have lots of Facebook Lives this week. I'm so excited. Okay. That is everything about duplication and onboarding. And I know that it's scary and I know that it's uncomfortable, but I promise if you will lean into those things and be confident, you're going to be amazed at what people will say yes to. And all you have to do is be the person who asks every single person every single time. Because what if they do decide to bring an accountability partner, do a post, go live, and go fast start gold this month? Because we still have 3 weeks of the month left, which is crazy. So here's what I'm going to tell you about these systems. They are made to cast wide nets and try to make sure that nothing and no one falls through the cracks. And if we miss a step, we have it set up so that we can come around and we can catch it again. But I tell you what, magic happens when you follow the steps and get out of your own way and do it, even though it's scary and uncomfortable. And I love you so much. The whole time.